think that's being inventive, right? Alright, so today we're doing a full face one brand look using all Essence makeup. Essence you can find at Ulta. They're a drugstore brand. Everything is under 10 bucks that I'm using today, which is awesome, and they're cruelty free. Essence comes out with some of the best products that they friggin' discontinue every time. Essence does have some really great products. There's also a lot of misses in this video that you guys will see. I've done a few other one brand tutorials that I'll link down below. I've done one on e.l.f., Catrice. I just did one kind of recently. What was that? ULTA. I'll link those 3 videos down below. But I feel like one brand tutorials are just kind of a fun way to try out a bunch of products from the same line at one time. By the way, not sponsored by Essence Cosmetics. I bought all this myself. Feeling kind of feisty right now with the leopard and the fuchsia lip. I feel like we need some pussycat dolls playing or something. So if you guys are excited for this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new here while you're watching, you're having a good time, you can join the Bayrito family and subscribe. I upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, and I just ran out of breath. So let's get into it. If you want to see how I got this look using all Essence makeup, you're in the right place. Just keep watching. Okay, so the lighting might not be quite as good as the last couple of videos because it's actually straight up pitch black outside right now. It's the second day after I got back from the trip, and I thought I had beat jet lag yesterday. I was doing good, and then I was up until 6:30 a.m. last night. So needless to say, it is 8:30 p.m. So I have a shit ton of Essence stuff to try out right now. Most of this stuff is like first impressions too. I've used a few of them. I didn't see a face primer, but I did find a setting spray. This is the Essence Keep It Perfect Makeup Fixing Spray. I'm gonna use this kind of as a primer and a setting spray just to see. Let's test the mister. What the heck is that smell? It smells like grass. It has a nice fine mister, but that scent needs some work. So this foundation is going to be interesting. I only saw 3 shades on the display. It's going to be too dark, I can tell already, but hopefully I can make it work. But this is the Essence Soft Touch Mousse Makeup. This reminds me of the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse, which I have a whole video on. All it says is a super delicate mousse texture gives your face a smooth and natural looking matte complexion. I believe the foundation was $4.99. Whoa. It's like super bouncy. You can see the whole thing moving in there. Whoa. This feels definitely different than the Maybelline one. It feels almost like a jelly or something. I could just put my finger in here for hours. This is how I imagine when you squeeze boba. This is what I feel like it would feel like. Anyways, I should probably put this on my face. I also got this Essence Camouflage Full Coverage Concealer in the shade 5 Ivory. So I'm thinking I might mix in a little bit of this actually with the foundation to lighten it and then add some coverage because I have a feeling we'll need it. I'm just going to blend this out with my e.l.f. blending brush. Yeah, very light coverage. Super light coverage, but it's actually is not sitting on the skin badly. Like, it's not clinging anywhere. It just looks pretty natural. I am going to add in some of this concealer. So I'm just going to go in right on top. This concealer's supposed to be full coverage. See how it covers my acne down here. It's one of those annoying concealer packaging where you actually don't get a whole lot of product out on the wand. We'll see how that looks under the eyes, but I would definitely not call that a full coverage concealer. My skin doesn't look bad right now. This combo does not look like the worst thing I've ever put on my face. Still a bit dark, but at least the tone is kind of neutral. I don't think either one of these I like enough to really use again on my face, but I do think it works. I tried to blend that foundation like all the way down into my shirt. All right, let's see how this thing is for under the eyes now. How much was the concealer? Concealer is $3.99. I'm just gonna blend this out with my fingers, I think. Definitely is not full coverage. It's brightening because of the shade, but I mean, you can still see dark circles, you can see freckles, everything coming through. So I only saw one face powder in the store and it was way too dark. That's one thing I will say about Essence. Where's your shade range? It might just be the shades they carry in the US, but there is like literally 0 shade range. So instead I ended up getting this color correcting mattifying powder because my physician's formula correcting powder I find is actually pretty lightening. So I was thinking maybe this one will be light enough. This powder was $3.99, so it kind of swirls to like a white shade, so this might actually work for underneath the eyes. I also got a little creative / desperate and picked up the Essence The Velvet's eyeshadow in Fluffy Clouds, which I thought might work also to mix in if the powder was too dark, or just to use this as like an under eye setting powder. No idea how that would go. So I think I'm first gonna try this correcting powder underneath my eyes. I'm just gonna dab my brush in this eyeshadow. This could go really wrong. Not bad. I'm gonna go back in with this correcting powder. This is actually giving like a pretty kind of soft focus finish, kind of like smoothing things out a little bit. I think I would use this one again and try it out with my normal foundation because I do feel like it's a little bit softening or something. The brows, I kind of screwed myself over on this one a little bit because I thought I had the Essence Make Me Brow in dark brown, but I can't find it anywhere. I can only find this shade in Blondie Browns, but I got the Essence Make Me Brow Duo in 01 Mix It Blonde, and I got this lighter shade because I actually was planning on using this as a contour, which I still am going to try, but I wasn't planning on using this on my eyebrows. Now this is the only eyebrow product I have. So I'm going to try this deepest shade in here for my brows, which is probably going to be too light, but hopefully we can make it work. I also have an eyeshadow palette in there, so if I need to, I can go in with one of the darker brown shades. Brow powder was $3.49. Okay, so I'm going to dip into this shade right here. I haven't used a brow powder in forever and a half. I usually like gels or pencils a lot better. I just feel like powder, you can't really get as crisp of a line as I like. Okay, that's definitely too light. So I'm going to whip out that eyeshadow palette that we're going to go into again later for the eyes, but I think there's a dark brown shade. So this is the Essence Shape and Shadows Eye Contouring Palette. Hell yeah. Okay, we have a definite doable brown in here. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. This is Audrey Highbrow. Wait, is this for your brows? Oh, there's a brow wax and everything. And there's a spoolie. Okay, redo. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to dip into the Fix Wax. Put that down first and then go ahead and go in with that powder. And putting a wax down first just makes the powder adhere to it more. That shade is definitely more up my alley. I'm going to take a little bit of this darker shade, Bridget Brown right here, just for the tail. If you like powder brow products, I think those apply totally fine. I like the tone of them, I like the shade. This one could potentially be a good contour as well. It's darker, but it's not quite as ashy as this one. Which one do I want to try? I'm going to try the lighter one first. This could look totally gray, but let's try this thing out. My MUA eyebrow kit is one of my favorite contour shades. If you have more fair skin, going in with an eyebrow powder can actually sometimes work really well because the tone is usually a bit cool toned and light enough. And that one's working. I don't feel like that looks too gray. I'm gonna contour under my lip with this. And also just the tip of my nose. Okay, I like that. I would use that again as a contour. I do have a product that I want to try kind of as a bronzer. I don't know if this was technically supposed to be a face powder. It looks more like a bronzer to me, but this is the Mosaic Compact Powder in 01 Sunkissed Beauty. By the way, this powder is $4.49. I have tried the Essence bronzer that was in like the huge pan. I think it was called Blondes or something. It's definitely been in a video, an older one. That one was way too orangey and warm for me. Ooh. Oh, I think I like that. So this next product is a blush that I've used a shit ton before. This is actually one of my favorite blushes. This is in the shade 20 Pinky Flow, and it's like this ombre blush. I was gonna say ombre. Ombre blush. They had a different shade at Fred Meyer. I didn't see this pinky one, but I'm 99% sure they still make it. If you like pink tone blushes, this one is just beautiful. There's definitely a phase where I was using this like every day. Two of my favorite highlighters ever happened to be by Essence, both of which were discontinued. The Essence eyeshadow in 01 Snowflake I've talked about for forever on my channel now. ULTA stopped carrying this. I think you can still get it in other countries. I can't find it online at all in the US. If I can, I'll link it down below. I know a bunch of you got this when it was still available in ULTA. This eyeshadow is freaking beautiful as a face highlight if you're fair. Also the shade 08 Apricota. The Essence Bloom Me Up Shimmer Powder. So freaking pretty. This is in the shade Rose It Up. I believe this is from a limited edition collection like a couple springs ago. I did want to mention these because if you can find them, you should buy them because they're beautiful, but I didn't want to use something that you guys can't get anymore. So instead I'm going to use the highlight shade in here. This is technically, I'm thinking, supposed to be like for your eyes or your brow bone, but I just swatched it. It looks like it might work as a face highlight. I don't think it's going to be too glittery or anything. Okay, I'm going to add just a tiny bit of apricota because I can't help myself. It's right here. Essence, ULTA, you guys need to bring these back. This I got super excited about when I saw it because it reminds me exactly of MAC's Paint Pot, which I use every single day for an eyeshadow primer. It's like a potted cream eye primer. This is in 01 Nude Beige. I'm gonna put this all over the lid. Oh, it feels very creamy. So it's super creamy when it first goes on, but it does seem to be kind of drying down into more of a powder, which is nice. I think this was $2.49. So for eyeshadow, I'm just gonna do kind of like a combo of things, mostly using this palette. So this palette was $9.99 and you get, again, 2 eyeshadows, it looks like, a highlighter, 2 brow products, and the Prime Fix and Wax. So I'm actually going to start out with that same mosaic powder that we used for bronzer. I'm going to swirl in kind of like the darker shades over here and put that into the crease. It feels so weird filming right now since I usually film at like 7 in the morning. I'm hoping that I'll be tired after this and we'll just like pass out so I can get back on a normal schedule. I think I just need to hit up that NyQuil, you know what I'm saying? I actually took my normal like muscle relaxant last night and that thing usually knocks me out and I was still wired for like 4 hours after I took that. That's when you know jet lag is real. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the Audrey Highbrow shade, technically a brow powder, but it's all good. We're just gonna use it on my eyes too. Tomato, tomato. Now I'm gonna go, whoa, what's that? English? Now I'm gonna go into Bridget Brown right here and just kind of smoke it out a little bit more. Ooh, that is intense. That one is definitely more pigmented than the other shade. It looks like there's orange on my brush, but these bristles are just like stained. Okay, now I think we're gonna go in with an actual eyeshadow. I'm gonna take this metallic shade right here, put that on my finger to start, and put that right on the center of the lid. I wanna see if I can get that to really pop, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wet my brush with that same setting spray. Okay, much better. Ooh, that looks pretty. I feel like this looks like prom makeup right now. Remember winter formal? Whoa, I totally forgot about that. Comment down below if you're watching this video and you're still in high school. Most of my audience is a little bit older, but comment down below if you're still in high school. I'm curious. I'm gonna go with the highlighter shade that I used on my face. I'm gonna wet it again and put this right on the inner corner. If you want a little something extra, definitely wet these. For the waterline, I'm gonna take the gel eyeliner pencil. I used this the other day in a video. This is just a black liner. I'm gonna put this right on the waterline and then kind of smoke it out with those browns again. I'm gonna go back in with the super dark brown shade right here and kind of smudge out the black liner a bit. I like this brown shade. It's a nice like deep brown. When I do this, I don't bring it all the way into my inner corner on the bottom because that'll just super close off your eyes. I just bring it in to right about there. So I'm gonna blend out that lower lash line now with the same mosaic bronzer shade. So I was kind of planning on doing winged liner because I actually have 2 Essence eyeliners. I have this one, which I haven't tried. This is the Super Precise eyeliner, it says. This one has like a thin little brush applicator. This one was $2.99. And then this one I already had. This is the Essence 2-in-1 eyeliner pen, the thick and thin. Pretty sure I used this in a video a long time ago, and I can't remember what I thought of it. There's like this thicker marker side that looks like a felt tip pen, and then there's this end to it. I kind of want to try this like marker thing. I don't think I'm going to do a wing. I kind of just want to run this on the upper lash line. This is like total prom makeup. Should I go put a prom dress on? Okay, so that worked. It has kind of like a rough tip to it. I don't know if I would reach for that end again. This one I'll keep to try out in a different video, maybe Shadow and Schmooze or something. Lower lashes, I already had the Essence Forbidden Volume. Usually I wouldn't use, whoa, this is a big wand. I don't know how we're gonna do the lower lashes with this. I'm tempted to use my Wet n Wild Make Length, but people murder your firstborn child when you use a different brand in a one brand tutorial for one thing. Okay, is it cheating if I use the wand from the other mascara though? I don't think so. I think that's being inventive, right? Because this, I know, would just be a disaster. This would be all over my face. Got some clumps going on. I'm gonna let that dry. Just realized I totally forgot to do setting spray again. I usually like to do that before I put on any kind of eyeliner mascara just so it doesn't cause everything to get wet and like transfer. So I'm just gonna let this all majorly dry down. But let's go in for lips. I love the Essence pencil liners, not the retractable ones. I haven't tried the retractable ones yet, but the pencil liner, I think it's called 11 in the Nude. That's one of my favorite lip liners ever. I haven't tried this. This is in the shade Girl's Dream and it's like a twist up. And then I'm gonna put this Matt Matt Longlasting lip gloss, but this is actually like a velvet matte lip. Not sure why they call it a gloss. So I thought this might be a nice fall kind of berry combo. Whoa, this is has a super fine point. Look how thin that is. I don't think I've ever used a lip liner with that fine of a point. Like, look at how fine that is. I could do freaking drawings on here. It's a little bit more fuchsia than I was envisioning, but that's okay. The lip liner, by the way, was $2.49 and this is $3.99. Whoa, big wand on this thing. Smells so good. Pumpkin bread, maybe? Smells a little bit pumpkin-y. The color is pretty though. It's nice and opaque and it feels really kind of just lightweight. Curious if this is going to dry down because it kind of feels like it's going to transfer all over my teeth right now. I'm going to give this a few minutes to see if this dries down. All right, so it's been a few minutes and it definitely has been transferring onto my teeth. I haven't even been talking. I've just been like taking photos. It kind of feels like one of those liquid lipsticks that stays like moussey. But this is the final look using all Essence makeup. I think the things I'm most into at this point are the color correcting powder. I would use this again. I'm curious to see how it looks on top of foundations that I know how they look on my skin and everything. Concealer I would definitely pass on. I would not reach for this again. Not a fan. This I would definitely reach for again. The Mosaic powder, which is technically a face powder apparently, but if you have fair skin, this one I think looks really nice as a bronzer. I would also use the eyebrow product, this powder, as a contour again. I wouldn't say it's the most blendable thing in the world, but for a couple bucks, the tone is really nice. I would also use this again, the eyeshadow primer. I want to keep trying this out with different eyeshadows. I like how my eyeshadow turned out. The combo of brow products and eyeshadows I think worked. The foundation is just not something that I would reach for again. It's very light coverage, too dark. So everything I can find online will be linked down below. That's everything. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out. If you're new here, you can join the Bayrito family and subscribe. I upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. When you guys are seeing this, I'm pretty sure Foundation Friday will be starting this Friday again. So every Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time is Foundation Friday. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.